Hey guys, welcome to my channel where it is all about hope, healing, and wholeness. I hope that you are doing well, and I hope you saw my video from last week regarding the new year and the new blessing, because God had me up at 2 a.m. and he was sharing some other things with me regarding, being obedient to him in this season, this new year that we are in, the biblical new year. Rosh Hashanah just occurred. Now we're in Yom Kippur as far as holidays, biblical holidays. And so one of the things that he told me was that we needed to be very, very discerning about distraction. And, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I got so distracted for about 2 days after I did that video. I was getting distracted by certain things going on in my life. I was getting distracted by certain things that I needed to do. I was getting distracted by people. And, we need to be wise and discerning, especially at the beginning of the year when God is rolling out some things that he wants us to do in the new year, things he wants us to plan for in the new year. And so as he is, sharing things with us in this new season and, just preparing us for the new that he's about to do, we need to be positioned to be leaning in and not to be distracted by all the stuff out here. And of course, as soon as I recognized with me that I was getting distracted, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so typical of patterns of the enemy and how he tries to really get your attention off of what God would have your attention on, so that God can position to bless you in what he is bringing you to. And so when I realized and recognized that I was getting distracted by my feelings, by people, by situations and all this other stuff, I was like, hold up. Let me get my peace back. Let me get refocused. Let me recalibrate. And, the Bible talks a lot about wisdom and being wise, being discerning, and not allowing our emotions to get the best of us. In this season, I can just see and tell that the enemy would try to do anything and everything to get our focus off of what God would have our focus on. We can actually delay or forfeit our destiny for the next season to come. And we can see this in the life of King Saul. We can see this in the life of Samson. They got so distracted by their circumstances. Samson got distracted by Delilah. Saul got distracted by his insecurity and had all of his focus on David. He was all over the map and not where he needed to be. He was completely out of position. And another thing that can be a detriment as far as distraction is concerned is that we're not able to see or hear where God is leading us or what God is doing and wants to instruct us for the next season. And we can see this in the lives of the kids of Israel. Unfortunately, Joshua and Caleb were the only ones who weren't distracted by what they were seeing. They weren't looking at what they were seeing, but the children of Israel were completely focused on what they were seeing and not what God said. And so we always want to make sure that we're focused on what God says and not what we're seeing, because we walk by faith and not by sight. And so staying and getting ourselves in distraction and allowing our discernment to kind of like waver or whatnot can really be detrimental in that facet. The third thing that we do when we're distracted that can be such a detriment is we get caught up in a whole bunch of foolishness. We can see this in the life of David with Bathsheba. He was supposed to be out there focused on a war, planning for a war, dealing with the battles of the war and coming home to rest in between so he could get himself together. But no, he got caught up with Bathsheba, and so that completely just took him off into a land where he had to be dealt with. God had to send a prophet, all because of him getting distracted in the season that he was in. And, he had to pay. And it was a high price that they had to pay because of the sin that David decided to step in. We want to make sure that we stay focused on God in this season. I don't know if anybody has heard this, but the saying is, if the devil can't make you bad, he'll make you busy. And I have found that to be so true. When the enemy knows that he cannot get you to step full out in sin, when the enemy knows that you're not going to, run into something that is against God or whatnot, he will send distraction your way so that you are by default not focused on God. Not that you're not necessarily choosing to, but your eye, your attention, your focus wanders away from the Lord. And so I wanted to just share those couple of things about distraction. There are really high consequences to getting distracted that we don't even realize until after the fact. Stay just with your attention, your eyes, your ears, your heart on the Lord. Try to be discerning with what God would want to tell you in this season for the next year that is coming, because I know there's going to be a lot of good stuff and we want to make sure that we squeeze every bit of it out. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you like content like this. And I will be praying that you all will not get distracted, that you will keep your focus, your eyes, your ears, your attention, and your heart on the Lord so that you can receive what he has, the plans that he has for you to really just embrace in this season for the next year and the years to come. So have a good one. I love y'all, and I will be talking to you later. Okay, bye.